Welcome. The theater is a temple, and we are here to worship the gods of comedy and tragedy.
Tonight, we are pleased to announce a comedy!
Gods of the theater, smile on us. You who look down on the actors,
and who doesn't,
smile on us and bless our revels.
Smile on us!
The scene is Ephesus, jewel of all the port cities in ancient Turkey,
and gateway to the mysterious wonders of the East.
Proceed, Solinus, to procure my fall, and by the doom of death and woes and all.
Merchant of Syracuse, plead no more!
No! Tragedy tomorrow!
Comedy tonight! Go ahead, throw the book at him. No, really, throw the book at him.
Yay! Proceed, Solinus, to procure my fall, and by the doom of death and woes and all.
Merchant of Syracuse,
Boo.
plead no more. I am not partial to infringe our laws. If any born at Ephesus
Yay!
be seen at any Syracusan marts and fairs,
Boo!
nay more, if any Syracusan born
Boo!
come to the bay of Ephesus,
Yay!
he dies.
Boo.
Unless 1,000 marks be levied. Therefore, by law, thou art condemned to die.
Yay! Yet this my comfort when your words are done, my woes end likewise with the evening sun.
Well, Syracusan,
Boo.
say in brief the cause why thou departest from thy native home, and for what cause thou camest to Ephesus.
Huzzah!
In Syracuse
Boo.
was I born, and wed unto a woman happy but for me. For prosperous voyages I often made drew me from kind embracements of my spouse. Yet when my absence was not 6 months old, we made provisions for her following me, and soon my wife arrived where I was. There had she not been long, but she became a joyful mother of 2 goodly sons. And which was strange, the one so like the other as could not be distinguished but by names. That very hour, in the self-same inn, a meaner woman was delivered of such a burden, male twins both alike. Those for their parents were exceeding poor, I bought and brought up to attend my sons. My wife, not meanly proud of 2 such boys, made daily motions to our home return. Unwilling I agreed. Alas, too soon we came aboard, and had sailed but a league before the always window-baying deep. Upon a mighty tempest we were tossed. The sailors sought for safety on their own and left the ship, then sinking right to us. My wife, more careful for the latter born, had fastened him unto a small spare mast. To him one of the other twins was bound. Whilst I had been like heedful of the other, the children thus disposed, my wife and I fastened ourselves at either end of the mast. We were encountered by a mighty rock, which being violently borne upon our helpful ship was splitted in the midst. Her part, poor soul, seeming as burdened with lesser weight, but not with lesser woe, was carried with more speed before the wind. Thus have you heard me severed from my bliss, that by misfortunes was my life prolonged, to tell sad stories of my own mishaps.
Do me the favour to relate in full what have befallen of them and thee till now.
My youngest boy, and yet my eldest care, at 18 years became inquisitive after his brother, and importuned me that his attendant, reft of brother too, might bear him company in the quest of him. 5 summers now have passed, and have I sought my son in any place that harbours men, but here must end the story of my life, and happy were I in my timely death, could all my travels warrant me they live.
Diddle, diddle, diddle.
Hapless Aegean, whom the fates have marked to bear the extremity of dire mishap. Although thou art adjudged to the death, yet will I favour thee in what I can. Therefore, merchant, I'll limit thee this day. Beg thou or borrow to make up the sum and live. If not, then thou art doomed to die. Jailer, take him to thy custody.
I will, my lord.
Hopeless and helpless doth Aegean wend, but to procrastinate his lifeless end.
Two twins or not two twins? That is the question. Who doesn't love a story about twins and mistaken identity? It's been the stuff of comedy through the ages. But a play about two sets of twins, that's genius. It's double the confusion and double the fun. Antipholus of Syracuse and his servant Dromio have just arrived in Ephesus in their continuing search for their long-lost brothers. To their amazement, they are greeted by a local merchant who not only seems to know them, but who insists on returning a large bag of gold to Antipholus. And so the confusion and mistaken identity begin. Let's take a look. This very day, a Syracusan merchant who, apprehended for a rival here, dies ere the weary sun set in the west. There is your money that I had to keep.
Go bear it to the centaur where we host, and stay there. Dromio, till I come to thee within this hour, it will be dinner time. Get thee away.
Many a man would take you at your word, and go indeed, having so good a reason.
A trusty villain, sir, that very oft, when I am dull with care and melancholy, lightens my humor with his merry jests.
Sir, I commend you to your own content.
He that commends me to mine own content commends me to the thing I cannot get. I to the world am like a drop of water that in the ocean seeks another drop, who, falling there to find his fellow forth, unseen, inquisitive, confounds himself, so I, to a mother and a brother, in quest of them, unhappy, lose myself. Here comes the almanac of my true date. What now? How chance art thou returned so soon?
return so soon, rather approach too late. The clock hath struck 12 upon the bell. My mistress made it 1 upon my cheek. She is so hot because the meat is cold. The meat is cold because you come not home.
Stop in your wind, sir. Tell me this, I pray. Where have you left the money that I gave you?
I pray you, just as you sit at dinner.
Come, Dromio, come. These jests are out of season. Where is the gold I gave in charge to thee?
To me, sir? Why, you gave no gold to me.
Come on, sir knave, have done your foolishness, and tell me how thou'st disposed thy charge.
My charge was but to fetch you from the mart home to your house, the Phoenix, sir, to dinner. My mistress and her sister stay for you.
Where is the 1,000 marks thou hadst of me?
I have some marks of yours upon my pate, some of my mistress marks upon my shoulders, but not 1,000 marks between you both.
Thy mistress marks? What mistress, slave, hast thou?
Your worship's wife, my mistress at the Phoenix, she that doth fast till you come home to dinner, and pray that you will hie you home to dinner.
What? Wilt thou flout me thus unto my face, being forbid? There, take you that, sir knave.
What mean you, sir? For God's sakes, hold your hands. Nay, if you will not, I'll take my heels.
Upon my life, by some device or other, the villain has run off with all my money. I'll to the centaur to seek this slave. I greatly fear my money is not safe.
So, Antipholus of Syracuse, who is a stranger, new to town, discovers he already has a wife in Ephesus, and his servant Dromio informs him that he's expected home to dinner with her. Not only that, he's late. Let's find out more about this surprised new wife. Mystery, thy name is woman.
Neither my husband nor the slave returned, that in such haste I sent to seek his master. Sure, Luciana, it is 2:00.
Perhaps some merchant hath invited him, and from the mart he's somewhere gone to dinner. Good sister, let us dine, and never fret. Here comes your man. Now is your husband nigh.
Say, is your tardy master now at hand?
Nay, he's at 2 hands with me, and that my 2 ears can witness.
But say, I prithee, is he coming home? It seems he hath great care to please his wife.
Why, mistress, sure my master is stark mad. When I desired him to come home to dinner, he asked me for 1,000 marks in gold. 'Tis dinner time, quoth I. My gold, quoth he. Your meat doth burn, quoth I. My gold, quoth he. Will you come home, quoth I. My gold, quoth he. Where is the 1,000 marks I gave thee, villain? The pig, quoth I, is burned. My gold, quoth he. My mistress, sir, quoth I. Hang up thy mistress. I know not thy mistress. Out on thy mistress.
Quoth who?
Quoth my master. I know, quoth he. No house, no wife, no mistress.
Go back again, thou slave, and fetch him home.
Go back again, and be you beaten home? For God's sake, send some other messenger.
Back, slave, or I will break thy pate across.
And he will bless that cross with other beating. Between you I shall have a holy head.
Hence, prating peasant, fetch thy master home.
Am I so round with you as you with me, that like a football you do spurn me thus? You spurn me hence, and he will spurn me hither. If I last in this service, you must case me in leather.
I know his eye doth homage otherwhere, or else what keeps him but he would be here? Sister, you know he promised me a chain. Would that alone a love he could retain? Since that my beauty cannot please his eye, I'll weep what's left away, and weeping die.
How many fond fools serve mad jealousy.
Poor Adriana. Alas, she seems more sinned against than sinning, doesn't she? What will become of her? Meanwhile, concerned about his money, our hero Antipholus waits in the street for his servant Dromio. O Dromio, Dromio, wherefore art thou Dromio?
The gold I gave to Dromio is laid up safe at the Centaur, and the heedful slave is wandered forth in care to seek me out. See, here he comes. How now, sir, is your merry humor altered? You know no centaur, you receive no gold. Your mistress sent to have me home to dinner.
I did not see you since you sent me hence, home to the centaur with the gold you gave me.
Villain, thou didst deny the gold's receipt, and toldst me of a mistress and a dinner, for which I hope thou feltst I was displeased.
I am glad to see you in this merry vein. What means this jest, I pray you, master, tell me.
Think'st thou I jest? Hold! Take thou that! And that!
I pray, sir, why am I beaten?
Why, sir, for flouting me?
Well, sir, I thank you.
Thank me, sir, for what?
Marry, sir, for this is something that you gave me for nothing.
I'll make you amends next, give to you nothing for something. But, soft, who wafts us yonder?
I, Antipholus, look strange and frown. Some other mistress hath thy sweet aspects? I am not Adriana, nor thy wife. The time was once when thou unurged wouldst vow that never words were music to thine ear, that never object pleasing in thine eye, that never touch well welcome to thy head, unless I spake or looked or touched thee. How comes it now, my husband? Oh, how comes it that thou art then estranged from thyself? Ah, do not tear thyself away from me.
Plead you to me, fair dame? I know you not. In Ephesus I am but 2 hours old.
Fie, brother! How the world is changed with you! When were you used to use my sister thus? She sent for you by Dromio home to dinner.
By Dromio?
By me? By thee. I, sir, I never saw her till this time.
Villain, thou liest, for even her very words didst thou deliver to me unto the mart.
I never spake with her in all my life.
How can she thus then call us by our names, unless it be by inspiration?
How ill agrees it with your gravity to counterfeit thus grossly with your slave, abetting him to thwart me in my mood? Come, I will fasten on this sleeve of thine. Thou art an elm, my husband, I a vine.
To me she speaks. She moves me for her theme. What, was I married to her in my dream?
Dromio, go bid the servants spread for dinner.
This is the fairyland. Oh, spite of spites, we talk with goblins, owls, and sprites.
Why pratest thou to thyself, and answerest not? Dromio, thou drone, thou snail, thou slug, thou sot!
I am transformed, master, to an ape.
If thou art changed to aught, 'tis to an ass.
'Tis true, she rides me, and I long for grass. 'Tis so, I am an ass. Hee-haw. Else it could never be, but I should know her as well as she knows me. Come, sir, to dinner. Dromio, keep the gate. Come, sister. Dromio, play the porter well.
Am I in earth, in heaven, or in hell? I'll say as they say, and persever so, and in this mist at all adventures go.
Master, shall I be porter at the gate? Aye, and let none enter, lest I break your pate.
Come, Antipholus, we dine too late.
Double, double, toil and trouble. And speaking of double trouble, what about our hero's twin brother, Antipholus of Ephesus? Remember him? As he heads here to his home, little does this Antipholus suspect that his own wife, Adriana, is sitting down to dinner with the man who she thinks is her husband, but who is actually his unsuspecting twin, Antipholus of Syracuse. Confused? So am I. More confusion, even more mistaken identity. Lord, what fools these mortals be!
Good Signor Angelo, you must excuse us all. My wife is shrewest when I keep not hours. Say that I lingered with you at your shop to see the making of her jeweled chain, and that tomorrow you will bring it home. But here's a villain that would face me down. He met me at the mart, claimed that I beat him, and charged him with 1,000 marks in gold. And that I did deny my wife and house? Thou drunkard, thou! What dost thou mean by this?
Say what you will, sir, but I know what I know. That you beat me at the mart. I have your hand to show. If my skin were paper and the blows you gave me were ink, your own handwriting would tell you what I think.
I think thou art an ass.
Marry, so it doth appear, by the wrongs I suffer and the blows I bear. I should kick being kicked, and being at that pass, you would keep me from my heels and beware of an ass. Hee-haw.
But soft, my door is locked. Go bid them let us in.
Maud, Bridget, Marianne, Cicely, Jillian, Jen.
Mom, Malthorse, Capon, Coxcomb, Idiot, Patch. Either get thee from the door or sit down at the hatch.
What patch has made our porter? My master stays in the street.
Let him walk from whence he came, lest he catch cold on's feet.
Who talks within there? Ho! Open the door.
Right, sir. I'll tell you when. You'll tell me wherefore.
Wherefore? For my dinner. I have not dined today.
Nor today here you must not. Come again when you may.
What art thou that keeps me out from the house that I owe?
The porter for this time, sir, and my name is Dromio.
Oh, villain! Thou hast stolen both mine office and my name.
Who is that at the door that keeps all this noise? By my troth, your town is troubled with unruly boys.
Are you there, wife? You might have come before.
Your wife, sir knave, go get you from the door.
Go fetch me something. I'll break open the gate.
Break any breaking here, and I'll break your knave's pate.
Well, I'll break in. Go borrow me a crow.
Have patience, sir. Oh, let it not be so. Be ruled by me. Depart in patience, and let us to the tiger both to dinner.
You have prevailed. I will depart in quiet, since mine own doors refuse to entertain me. I'll knock elsewhere to see if they disdain me.
I'll meet you at that place some hour hence.
Do so. This jest shall cost me some expense.
Poor Antipholus of Ephesus, locked out of his own house to suffer the slings and arrows of outrageous impersonation. But let's look in on his long-lost twin brother, Antipholus of Syracuse, who finds himself attracted to his supposed sister-in-law, Luciana. Can he win her heart? Will she return his love? Will true love conquer all? And most importantly, who writes this stuff?
And may it be that you have quite forgot a husband's office? Shall Antipholus, even in the spring of love, thy love springs rot? Shall love in building grow so ruinous? And for my sister you use her with more kindness, muffle your false love with some new show of blindness? Then, gentle brother, get you in again. Comfort my sister, cheer her, call her wife. 'Tis holy sport to be a little vain when the sweet breath of flattery conquers strife.
Sweet mistress, what your name is else I know not, nor by what wonder do you to hit on mine. But if that I am I, then well I know your weeping sister is no wife of mine, nor to her bed nor her homage do I owe. Far more to you do I decline.
Well, are you mad that you do reason so?
Not mad, but mated, how I do not know.
Why call you me love? Call my sister so.
Thy sister.
That's my sister.
No, call thyself sister, sweet, for I aim thee. Thee will I love, and with thee lead my life. Thou hast no husband yet, nor I, nor wife. Give me thy hand.
Oh, soft, sir, hold you still. I'll fetch my sister to get her good will.
Why, how now, Dromio? Where runnest thou so fast?
Do you know me, sir? Am I Dromio? Am I your man? Am I myself?
Thou art Dromio, thou art my man, thou art thyself.
I am an ass. Hee-haw. I am a woman's man and beside myself.
What woman's man? What is she?
Marry, sir, she's the kitchen wench and all grease. I know not what use to put her to, but to make a lamp of her and run from her by her own light. If she lives till doomsday, she'll burn a week longer than the whole world. Ugh. I have but lean luck in the match, yet she is a wondrous fat marriage.
How dost thou mean a fat marriage?
No longer from head to foot than from hip to hip. She is spherical like a globe. I could find out countries in her. Ugh. To conclude, this drudge laid claim to me, called me Dromio, swore I was assured to her that I, amazed, ran from her as a witch.
Go, hie thee instantly post to the road. I will not harbor in this town tonight. If everyone knows us and we know none, 'tis time, I think, to trudge, pack, and be gone.
As from a bear a man would run for life, so fly I from her that would be my wife.
There's none but witches do inhabit here, and therefore 'tis high time that I were hence. She that doth call me husband, even my soul doth for a wife abhor. But her fair sister hath almost made me a traitor to myself. But, lest myself be guilty to self-wrong, I'll stop mine ears against the mermaid song.
Oh, no. Dromio of Syracuse apparently has a wife here in Ephesus, too, just like his master Antipholus. And not only does Antipholus have an unexplained wife he can't seem to get rid of, but he can't seem to get Luciana, his sister-in-law, out of his head either. He likes her. He really likes her. Proving it's true what they say. The course of true love never did run smooth. Well, they also say that all that glitters is not gold, but I think I spy Angelo the goldsmith coming here with a new-made chain.
Master Antipholus.
Aye, that's my name.
I know it well, sir. Lo, here is the chain.
What is your will that I shall do with this?
What please yourself, sir. I have made it for you.
Made it for me, sir. I bespoke it not.
Not once, nor twice, but 20 times you have. Go home with it, and please your wife withal. And soon at supper time I'll visit you, and then receive my money for the chain.
I pray you, sir, receive the money now, for fear you ne'er see the chain nor money more.
You are a merry man, sir. Fare you well.
What I should think of this I cannot tell. I'll to the mart, and there for Dromio stay. If any ship put out, then straight away.
As our heroes plan their escape from their misadventures in Ephesus, Angelo the goldsmith is determined to get paid for his chain. Having met Antipholus of Ephesus, who denied receiving the gold chain, he and a fellow merchant are lurking here outside this local priory, hoping to ambush him to demand payment. Meanwhile, the other Antipholus twin is furious that he's been locked out of his own house. He and his servant, the other Dromio, have armed themselves with swords and have been terrorizing the town. Luckily, his wife Adriana and a few local officers captured them and confined them both safely at home till they recover their wits. Confused? Don't worry, so are they. I'm certain things will work out in the end. Well, I'm pretty certain. Anyway, it looks like everyone is headed this way to the convent. Time for us to get we to a nunnery. Go!
I am sorry, sir, that I have hindered you, But I protest he had the chain of me, though most dishonestly he doth deny it.
Speak softly, yonder as I think he walks.
'Tis so, and that self-chain about his neck, which he forswore most monstrously to have. Good sir, draw near to me, I'll speak to him. Signor Antipholus, this chain you had of me, can you deny it?
I think I had. I never did deny it. Yes, that you did, sir, and forswore it, too. Thou art a villain to impeach me thus. I'll prove mine honour and mine honesty against thee presently, if thou darest. I dare, and do defy thee for a villain.
Ha-ha!
Ha-ha!
Hold! Hurt him not, for God's sake! He is mad! Some overbear him. Take his sword away. Bind Romeo too, and bear them to my house. Run, master, run! For God's sakes, take a house! This is some priory inn, or we are spoiled!
Be quiet, people! Wherefore throng you hither?
To fetch my poor distracted husband hence. Let us come in, that we may bind him fast and bear him home for his recovery.
No, not a creature enters in my house.
Then let your servants bring my husband forth.
No, he took this place for sanctuary, and it shall privilege him from your hands, till I have brought him to his wits again. Therefore depart, and leave him here with me.
I will not hence and leave my husband here, and ill it doth beseem your holiness to separate the husband and the wife.
Be quiet, and depart. Thou shalt not have him.
Complaining to the Duke of this indignity.
Yet once again proclaim it publicly. If any friend will pay the sum for him, he shall not die. So much we tender him.
Justice, most sacred Duke, against the abbess.
She is a virtuous and a reverend lady. Cannot be that she hath done thee wrong.
May it please your grace, Antipholus, my husband, this most ill day a fit of madness took him, and with his mad attendant and himself, each one with drawn swords, chased us all away. And when we came to bind them, then they fled into this abbey, whither we pursued them. And here the abbess shuts the gates on us, and will not suffer us to fetch him out.
Go, bid some of you knock at the abbey gate, and bid the lady abbess come to me. I will determine this before I stir.
Oh, mistress, shift and save yourself. My master and his men are broke loose.
Peace, fool, thy master and his man are here, and that is false thou dost report to us.
Mistress, upon my life, I tell you true. Hark, I hear him. Mistress, fly and be gone.
Me? It is my husband. Witness you that he is born about invisible? Even now we housed him in the abbey here, and now he's there, past thought of human reason.
Justice, most gracious Duke, oh, grant me justice.
Unless the fear of death doth make me dote, I see my son Antipholus and Romeo.
Justice, sweet prince, against that woman there. She whom thou gavest to be my wife, thou hast abused and dishonored me. Beyond imagination is the wrong that she this day hath shameless thrown on me.
Discover how, and thou shalt find me just.
This day, great Duke, she shut the doors upon me, while she with scoundrels feasted in my house.
A grievous fault. Say, woman, didst thou so?
No, my good lord, myself, he, and my sister today did dine together.
Ne'er may I look on day nor sleep on night, but she tells your highness simple truth.
Sawest thou him enter at the abbey there?
As sure, my liege, as I do see your grace.
Why, this is strange. Go, call the abbess hither. I think you are all mated, or stark mad.
Most mighty Duke, vouchsafe me speak a word. Haply I see a friend will save my life and pay the sum that may deliver me.
Speak freely, Syracusan, what thou wilt.
Is not your name, sir, called Antipholus? And is not that your bondman Dromio? Why look you strange on me? You know me well.
I never saw you in my life, till now.
Oh, grief hath changed me since you saw me last. But tell me yet, dost thou not know my voice?
Neither.
Dromio, nor thou?
No, trust me, sir, nor I.
Not know my voice? Oh, time's extremity! Hast thou so cracked and split my poor tongue in 7 short years, that here my only son knows not my feeble key of untuned cares? Tell me thou art my son Antipholus.
I never saw my father in my life.
Most mighty Duke, behold a man much wronged.
I see 2 husbands, or mine eyes deceive me.
One of these men is genius to the other, and so of these. Which is the natural man and which the spirit? Who deciphers them?
I, sir, am Dromio. Command him away.
I, Sir Amdromio, pray let me stay.
Aegean, art thou not, or else his ghost?
Oh, my old master, who hath bound him here?
Whoever bound him, I will loose his bonds and gain a husband by his liberty. Speak, old Aegean, if thou be'st the man that hadst a wife once called Emilia, that bore thee at a burden 2 fair sons. Oh, if thou be'st the same Aegean, speak, and speak unto the same Emilia.
If I dream not, thou art Amelia. If thou art she, tell me where is that son that floated with thee on that fatal raft?
What then became of them, I cannot tell. I to this fortune that you see me in.
Why, here begins his morning story right. These 2 Antipholuses, these 2 so like, and these 2 Dromios, one in semblance. These are the parents to these children, which accidentally are met together.
Which of you 2 did dine with me today?
I, gentle mistress.
And are you not my husband?
No! I say nay to that.
And so do I, yet she did call me so. And this fair gentlewoman, her sister here, did call me brother. What I told you then, I hope I shall have leisure to make good. And if this be not a dream, I see and hear.
I sent you money, sir, to be your bail, by Dromio, but I think he brought it not.
No, none by me.
This purse of ducats I received from you, and Dromio my man did bring them me. I see we still did meet each other's man, and I was ta'en for him, and he for me, and thereupon these errors are arose.
These ducats pawn I for my father here.
It shall not need. Thy father hath his life.
25 years have I but gone in travail of you, my sons, nor till this present hour my heavy burdens are delivered. The Duke, my husband, and my children both, and you, the calendars of their nativity, go to a gossip's feast, and go with me, after so long grief, such nativity.
With all my heart, I'll gossip at this feast.
Embrace thy brother there. Rejoice with him.
Methinks you are my glass, and not my brother. I see by you I am a sweet-faced youth. We came into this world like brother and brother, and now let's go hand in hand, not one before another.